So hello guys, today we're going to build this movie recommender system. So here we can recommend movie based on search. If I type something like, if I search Gandhi movie, we are going to recommend the same kind of movie. Type the Avenger, and if I try to recommend this, we can only get a Marvel movie. Yeah. So that's our recommendation system. That's what today we're going to build. So let's start building out this project. First, in order to build a recommendation system, we need to download our data. So we are going to build a movie recommended system. So here I have the data. Uh, Go in the description below. I will just give you a link and download this data from Kaggle. First, you need to make an account in Kaggle and go in the description, download this movie dataset. So in order to download, what you need to do is you need to click this download. So here we have two options. First is credits and second is movies. So we need to download both of these. So click this and download this. Download this and also click this and download this. And what you need to do is you need to compress the zip. Oh, sorry for that. Extract, replace. Okay, so this is our movie list. Movies and credits. So let's extract this. Okay, so we have two data set. So I'm going to delete this. Okay, so now what we need to do is we are going to use Anaconda. So maybe you already have Anaconda on your system. If you don't have, go download Anaconda. And then inside this Anaconda, we are going to use a Jupyter notebook. Okay, so this is our Anaconda dashboard. So in our Anaconda dashboard, we have a Jupyter notebook. So we are going to launch this Jupyter notebook. So it takes a little bit time. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to create a new folder. First, let's create a new folder. Let's rename this. Video. So inside this, what we need to do is we are going to create a new Python file. Yeah, so this is our Python file. Okay, so now first rename this, and instead of this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write a recommend system. Now, first, what we need to do is we need to import pandas as PD, import numpy, import numpy as np. So let's import this. So Pandas help us to clean data or explore our data, and NumPy help us to perform various kind of mathematical calculation. So now what we need to do is we need to go in our home here and we need to click this YouTube video, and here what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this movie list into this YouTube video folder, upload this, and do the same thing for our credits. Okay, now upload this. Okay, now let's go back. And here what we need to do is we need to write a movies. It's called pd.read slash csv. And here what we need to do is I'm going to copy this and let's paste this here, and let's write a movies dot head. uh, okay, so one, and we have this movie list. We can also see all the movie list. Okay, so these are our movie list, and we have budget, keywords, origin language, title, kind of columns. Now let's write a movie dot head one, and now we also need to write credits. It's called the pd.read csv, and let's go back in our YouTube folder, and I'm gonna copy this and paste it here. Now let's try to create dates head one, spelling mistake. Yeah, so we have a movie ID, title, cast, crew. So now what we need to do is we are going to merge this credits and this movie folder. Okay, so let's write a movies is called to movies dot merge. We're going to merge with credits on is called to title. We are going to merge our movie based on this title. Let's enter this and let's write a movies dot head, and now let's check it out. Now we have original title, and we have a title and cast. We have cast in credits. Now we have the same cast in our movie list and crew, like this. Okay, yeah, so we successfully merged our two data set based on the title. Okay, so now we are going to see which languages are mostly used. So in order to see the data, what we need to do is let's try the movies. And what I am going to do is I'm going to copy this original language, paste it here. Let's try dot values, value counts. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to check it out. What are the columns we don't need here? Maybe we don't need budget, so we don't need a popularity maybe. So we don't need this runtime, spoken language, Status, we don't need this status. Okay, so let's remove some of the column from here. So let's write movies. Movies is called to movies, and now inside this what we need is we need a movie ID. So let's find, let's write a movie ID, and we need, sorry, we need a title, we need overview, or overview, we need overview, and production company doesn't matter to us. Then what we need here is this. Let's go back, and I'm gonna paste it, and we need a keywords, we need keywords, and we need cost, because cost is important and crew is also important. Let's write a cost, and let's remove this crew. Let's enter this, and now let's write a movies, and we have movie ID, and this is our movie ID. We have movie title, overview, we have keywords, cast, crew, and other things. Yeah, so that's what important for us in order to recommend a movie. Let's write a movie, movies.head one. Okay, so now after that, what we need to do is we need we need to check if any columns are null. So in order to check if any value are null or not, so what we need to do is let's write a is null dot sum, and in our overview we have some null value. So what we are going to do is we are going to drop this three null value. So let's write up movies dot drop yana in pls place true. And now let's check it again. Movies is null dot sum, and now we don't have any null value on our data set. So now we also need to check if there's any duplicate data set uh, or not. Okay, so let's check it out. Movies dot ilog, oh sorry for that, let's write a movies dot duplicate 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 sum, and we don't have any duplicate value on our data set. So now what we need to do is uh, here we have a dictionary in our genres. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is let's write a movies dot ilog first value and from genres. So look at this, we have a list of dictionary. So we don't need all of these value, or we don't need list of dictionary. We only need this action, adventure, fantasy kind of thing. So now what we need to do is we are going to convert this list of dictionary into a list. Okay, so in order to do that, what we need to do is we need to import some library. AST, and after that what we need to do is we are going to make one function. Let's write a diff, and our function name is convert, and inside this function we will get object. So here what we need to do is we are going to write a yell and list. After that let's write a for loop, ast dot literal eval, and it will take a object, and let's write a yell dot append, append. What we are going to append? We are going to append a name. Let's write a name and return, and we are going to return our yell. Okay, so let's now what we need to do is let's write a our function is work or not. Let's check it out. Let's write a genres dot appl apply our convert function. Let's copy this name and I'm gonna paste it, and let's see. Yeah, so we've only got action, adventure, fantasy, or list of the genres. Now we don't have this ID, or we don't have the name variable, so we only have the genres. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write movies and movie genres, and let's write a movies. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. Okay, so let's iterator. Okay, oh, I did a mistake here. We don't need this is equal to. We are going to remove this, and now let's write a movies genres, and now we successfully change our data type. So instead of list of dictionary, we convert that list of dictionary into a list. Okay, so now let's write a movie, and we successfully changed this genre type. Now we need to do the same thing for our keywords. Okay, so let's copy this. I'm gonna paste it here, and let's copy this keywords, and instead of genres I'm gonna paste keywords, and let's write again, let's write a movies dot head, and yeah, we successfully convert a list of dictionary into a list. Let's write a movies cast, and okay, so we need a character name. This is the actual actor name, so we are going to fetch a actor name. So we are going to fetch a three actor name because these three actor name are important. So let's make another function. So let's write a def, and we are going to write a convert to, let's say 3, and we are going to pass object. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this function. Where is our function? Let's copy this function, and let's change our function name, and it will take our object. Then we also need to write a counter. So let's write a counter default will be default will be 1, I mean 0. Default counter will be 0. And after that, what I'm going to do is, if our counter, show you entire counter is not is equal to 3, then we need to append name, else we are going to left other name. And let's increase a counter, counter counter plus plus, or a counter plus 1. Okay, let's write else we are going to break, and that's it. So let's enter this, and I got an error because we also need to write plus is equal to 1. Still we have problem, so I'm gonna copy this and paste it here. Yeah, now what I'm going to do is, let's go back, and I'm gonna copy this. Let's come back again, let's paste this here, and let's copy this cast, and instead of keywords I'm gonna write a cast. Oh, sorry for that. Let's go back again. I'm gonna copy this cast, and let's paste this again, cs cast, and instead of convert I'm gonna write a convert 3. Okay, so let's wait a minute. Okay, so let's write a movies dot head, and we have a cast. Yeah, so we got 3 cast name. This is first one, second one, and third one. Yeah, so we need to do the same thing for our crew. So first let's write a movies and crew, and from here what we need to do is we need to find a director. Who is the director of that movie? Okay, so first we need to find a job, and inside this job we need to find a director name. Okay, so again we need to make a function for that. Let's write a div, and let's write a fetch fetch director, and also it will take our object. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, yeah, so I'm going to remove this count. Let's remove this again, and now let's write a if our if I job is called to director b I c director, then what we need to do is we need to append l.append append I name, and after that I'm going to break the loop and return yell. Okay, again, I got a problem. Okay, so I just write a 3 is equal to, so I'm gonna remove this one, and yeah, so it work. Now, what I'm going to do is, let's go back. I'm going to copy this and paste it here, and instead of cost, I'm gonna write crew, crew, and instead of convert 3, I'm gonna write a fetch, fetch director, director, and let's check it out. Yeah, so we got our director name. Okay, so everything is done here. Okay, so now we have this overview. If you see this overview is, we have this overview as a string. So let's write a movies, uh, overviews, one. Look at this. We have a string. Now we need to convert this string into a list. Maybe you would ask why? Because then I can concat this list with other list. Okay, so let's write a movies overviews or view overview dot apply apply. We're going to apply a lambda function, lambda yux. Lambda is anonymous function. Okay, so yux dot split split function. And look at this. We convert our string into a list. Okay, so now let's write a movies. Yeah, yes, movies overview is called to. I'm gonna copy this and let's write a movies 0. Sorry for that. Let's write a movie dot head 1, and in our overview now we have a list, not a string. So now what we are going to do is, now we need to apply a transformation for our genres, keywords, cast or crew. So why we need to apply transformation? Because we have a gap into these names, so we don't need this gap. So if we don't remove this gap, or if we don't remove this space, our YAML model will predict a wrong result. So that's why we need to remove the space from our keywords, cast, crew, or this genres. Okay, so now in order to do a transformation, what we need to do is we need to write a first let's write a movies. Let's copy this genres dot apply apply. We're going to use the lambda function, lambda yux I dot replace. I'm going to replace space with this non-space. Okay, So after that, what I'm gonna do is let's write a for, yeah, for I in yugs. So we are going to replace all the space from our genres. Let's apply this. Look. So we just remove a space from here, and here we also remove this space. Okay, so now what we need to do is let's write a movies, movi movies genres. So I'm going to copy this, and instead of genres I'm going to write a keywords. Again, let's copy this, and instead of keywords I'm going to write a cast and crew. Cast crew. Now I'm gonna enter this, and let's write a, oh sorry for that, so let's write a movies dot head, let's write a movies dot head, and in our keyword we successfully remove a space, a white space, and also in a cast we successfully remove a white space. Okay, so if we don't remove the white space, our YAML model will predict a wrong result. So that's why we need to remove the white space from these keywords cast or crew. Okay, so now next what we need to do is we need to merge this keyword cast crew and genres. Okay, so let's write movies, and we are going to make a uh, new column, and column name is tags, and let's write a movies. I'm going to copy this overview plus, let's copy this again, genres plus, let's copy this, keywords cast plus, yeah, movie I is movies, and let's write a crew. Let's enter this, and now let's see movies dot head, and now we have a new column whose name is tag, and inside this tag, so let's write a movies dot movies tags. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new variable. So let's write a new df, and after that what I'm going to do is let's go in our top, I'm going to copy this, and let's come back and paste it here. And now what I'm going to do is let's write a tags. We don't need this overview, genres, keyword, cast, crew. We only need title. We only need title, movie ID, and tags. Okay, so oh, I got an error here because of this spelling mistake. Okay, so let's write a new df, and we have only 3 columns. First column is movie ID, second column is title, and third column is tags. And inside these tags, we have a genres, keyword, cast, crew values. Okay, so before doing anything, I just forget to, do something for our tags. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is let's write up movies tags is called to, maybe not here, we need to do this here. So let's write a new df tags, and let's write a new df again, new df tags dot apply. We are going to apply let's write a lambda yux dot lower. So we are going to convert our all the uppercase into a lowercase. Okay, so let's enter this, and I got a error. Okay, so I got this error because I did not convert. Okay, so first let's write a new df tags. Okay, yeah. So here we did not convert our list into a string. So first we need to convert our list into a string, then we can apply this function. Okay, so let's now what I'm gonna do is uh let's copy this again, tag dot apply. I'm going to write a lambda yux, and from the space we are going to join our list. Okay, and now let's enter this, and now it work. Now we successfully convert our list, our this list into a string. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is let's write a call to new df the gs tags or tags, and now let's write a new df dot head one. Yeah, so now we have three columns, and we successfully convert our list into a string, and all of these words are in a small letter. Now we have this tags. Now let's write a new df uh the is tags one, and let's write a tags one. Okay, so now what how we are going to recommend a movie is based on this tags. So how similar these two tags are. First, we need to calculate the similarity between tags. We need to figure out the similarity between all the tags, and then we are going to recommend a movie. Let's say if user search avatar, we are going to calculate the relationship between other tags and which is the most similar one. We are going to recommend avatar like movie for a user. And that's how our search recommendation work. That's how our search recommendation work. So we are going to first figure out the similarity between a tags, and whichever is most similar, we are going to recommend these kind of movie for our user. Okay, so how we are going to calculate the relationship between our tags? So for that we need to use a vectorization. Now we need to remove a suffix from these word. So for that, what we need to do is let's import one library. uh, so import yarn LTK, which is a natural language processing library. And we are going to make an instance. Now let's write a function def steam. We are going to take a word. Let's run a loop. Split function. Oh, sorry for that. And here let's append our word append append uh steam I, and we are going to return our y. So this is our function, and now let's check it out if this function is working properly or not. So I'm gonna write a onion running, and we need, okay, so I got an error here. So here I got an error because I need to write it as a function. Yeah, so it worked absolutely fine. So we just remove our suffix from the running word. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to import a counter vectorizer from the scikit-learn. Count vector count vectorizer. Okay. Oh, we we just write a dot here. We need to write a this, and let's import this. Okay, so now let's write a CV, and I'm going to use count vectorizer. Let's try the max feature. Max features, which is 5000, and we are going to write a stop words English. So what this stop word does, it just remove or in or that's kind of thing, like to the. We are going to remove these kind of thing from our data. And now let's convert our text into a vector. Okay, so for that we need to write a vector cv dot fit transform new df Let's write a tags dot to array. Let's write a vector, and we just convert our text, our data into a vector. And again, we are going to import another function or another library called cosine similarity. Using a cosine similarity, we are going to find a similarity between movies. So let's import scikit-learn matrix pairwise import cosine similarity, and I'm gonna write a similarity cosine, and we are going to pass our vector. Okay, now let's write a sorted list in number able similarity reverse true, and our key is equal to lambda x. Okay, and now we are going to make a function to recommend our movie. Recommend, we are going to take a movie, and let's write our first. We are going to find the index, so new df dot title is equal to movie dot index 0, and we are going to find a distance between all movies. So distance, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and paste it here, and instead of this 0, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write index, and instead of this, let's remove this, and let's run a for loop again. Let's write a distance. So we are only find 5 movies. Okay, so we can also increase movie number. How many movie we want to recommend, we can increase the number here. If we want to recommend 7 similar movie, then you can write 8, or if you want to recommend 5 movie, then you can write a 6. And let's print new df dot ilog dot the ideal title. Let's enter this and let's run this function, recommend, and we are going to write a Batman, and we just recommend a movie. So this is our recommendation system. So if I copy this movie first and try to recommend it, look at that. We just recommend a new kind of movie. So let's try another movie. Jayan Gandhi movie, and we just got a Gandhi, my father doing that sick, and Ramanujan, all kind of thing. So our recommended system is working absolutely fine. So now what we need to do is we are going to uh, import this model. So we are going to download this model. So in order to download our machine learning model, what we need to do is we need to install one package. So let's import one package, which is a pickle. So now let's write a pickle dot dump new df open open. Let's write a name, which is movies.pkl wb, and let's go in our YouTube folder. So we got this 3 file. So we're going to use this file. Okay, so that's it. In so that's it for this recommended system. Now we are going to build our front end in order to show a movie. So now we are going to build a front end part for our recommendation system. So in order to build our front end part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a streamlit, stream streamlit.io. Let's go in our document and API reference, and here we need to find, and you need to have a PyCharm in order to build that front end. So if you don't have PyCharm, go and download PyCharm first, then come back. So I'm going to open our PyCharm. So this is our PyCharm interface. So I'm going to create a new project. YT recommend system. Uh, let's create it. And let's go in our input, and let's click this select box. After that, uh, yeah, so we need this input box. So I'm going to copy this and let's remove this all. And you need to install this stream lead. So in order to do that, let's write a pip install. Let's paste our stream lead. So it takes some time to install our stream lead. So our stream lead is successfully installed. So now what I need to do is I'm gonna write a stream 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 lead stream lead main.py. Let's enter this and it will just start our stream lead project. Okay, so stream lead dot help no such file. Okay, so let's write a stream lead. I just forget to write a run. Yeah, so our project is running successfully, so we can remove this email and we can type anything here. Yeah, and here we need a button. Let's find a button. Let's go in our EST button. Okay, so this is our button. Let's save this. Let's go back and I'm going to remove this select email. So instead of this, let's remove this right now. Let's save this and I'm going to run this code again. If I type something like mobile phone and if I write this, say hello world. Now instead of this say hello, I'm going to write a recommend. Save this and let's refresh this. We got our button, we got our input type, everything is done here. Now we are going to show our movie list here. Before that, what we are going to do is we are going to use a machine learning model. Okay, so let's go back and let's go in our file. So this is our file, so we are going to move this file into our Python folder. So first we need this, and second is we need this similarity. Okay, so now what we need to do is we are going to use API in order to fetch a poster. So based on movie ID, we are going to fetch a poster. So let's go back. We're going to use a DMDB API. So first you need to make an account in this. You need to make account in this DMDB. So go and first create your account here. So let's go in our profile. Go in your setting, and in your setting you have this API options. You need to go there and you need to copy this API endpoint. So I'm going to copy this and paste it here. And now let's enter this, and we got a movie details, and this is your API key. Okay, so we are going to use this. We're going to use this. Let's go back in our code, and here we are going to build some of the function, and we are going to implement some of the libraries here. So I'm going to import numpy, numpy as pd, numpy as enp, and we are also going to implement our pandas, pandas as a pd. Now maybe we don't need this numpy. We don't need this numpy. We won't need a pandas, and we need a pickle. So import pi pickle, and we're going to import our request because we need request because we want to fetch our data. That's why we need to use this. Okay, so now I'm gonna remove this. Okay, so now we are going to import this model. So for that, let's write a movies pickle dot load. We are going to write open, and let's write a movie, and after that we're going to write a rb. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, and instead of this name I'm going to change it, and I'm going to write a similarity, and let's remove this variable name, and instead of this variable name I'm going to write a similarity. So instead of this options, what I'm going to do, is I'm going to write a selected movie name. Let's remove this, and instead of this let's write a movies title dot value. And now let's make a movie variable. So movies is called to, we are going to use a panda library. So panda data frame, panda data frame, let's write a movie, and after that let's write a st title, and let's write a movie recommender. Now let's save this, and let's go back and let's try to refresh this. Okay, okay, so I have an error here, so let's save this, go back again, refresh this. Okay, so we got a movie recommender, but we got an error in our Okay, so we don't need this because value is not a function. Uh, Values. Again, let's refresh this. Okay, so these are our movie. So we have these movie on our uh, file or on our machine learning model. So we are going to recommend these movies to our user. So whatever movie they search here, we are going to recommend 5 movies after this recommend button. Okay, so now let's go back and we are going to make a function. So I already told you we are going to fetch a movie title or movie poster from so using this website we are going to fetch a movie poster uh, and we have a title in our database. So using a movie ID we are going to fetch a movie poster. Now let's make one function, def fetch movie poster, and we are going to pass our movie ID. Let's write a response. Uh, Here we are going to use our API points. We're going to use a get. So let's go now Chrome, and let's go now API. So in order to go in our API point, we need to click this setting and we need to go in our API. Let's copy this and let's paste this here. Let's add a format. And here I'm going to write a movie ID. And that's it for this API point. Now let's write a data. It's called to response.json. So we're going to get our JSON and let's print our data first. And then we're going to return yes TPPS. And so we successfully set our fetch movie poster functions. Now we need to make a movie recommendation function. Recommend movie index, movies, and we need to write a movie title, movies title, and we need to find a distance between our movies. We're going to use a similarity. and let's write a movie index. And in our movie list, what we are going to do is let's go back, and I'm going to copy this. Instead of this similarity index, we're going to write a distance. Recommended movies. This is our list. We need to write recommend movies poster. We are going to declare it as a list, and we need to run a for loop. Movie list. Let's write a movie ID. Dot iloc dot movie ID, and we are going to open movie in this movie recommend movie array or recommend movie list. Movies dot iloc dot title, and now we are going to fetch a movie poster from here. So let's write a fetch poster from API. So let's try to recommend movies poster dot append. We're going to write a fetch movie poster, and let's write a movie ID here. Based on the movie ID, we're going to fetch a poster. Now we're going to return our movies. So let's return a movies and movie recommend movie poster, and that's it. So let's go back in our Chrome and let's search stream.io API references, and now we need to find a layout. So I'm going to copy this, and now what I'm going to do is instead of say hello world, I'm going to paste this code here, and instead of 1 2 3, I'm going to copy this too, and let's write out 4 and 5. I'm going to write 4 and 5. Let's save this, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a poster variable, posters and poster and names, and let's write a recommend function, and inside this what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a select movie name, which is this is our movie name, and based on this movie name we are going to search it. Okay, and instead of this header I'm going to write a text, and let's write a names 0, and instead of this image let's remove this image, and let's write a Let's write a posters 0 and do the same thing for all the columns. Let's save this and let's go back in our website. Let's and let's select this avatar. Let's try to recommend this. And I got an error, which is a path, poster path. I got an error in our poster path. Okay, so instead of this 3, I'm going to increase this and make it 5. Let's go in our poster path, and instead of this, I'm going to change it. Let's check our API first. I'm going to check API. Okay, so here I'm going to copy this ID 7450. So let's write a 7450. Yeah, we successfully got the movie here using this link. I don't know why we are not able to fetch a movie, so let's paste this again. Maybe we did not return this recommend movies or recommend movies poster properly, so maybe we need to write this here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to restart this again. So before that, let's check it out all the things. Movies and index, everything's good. And yeah, I think everything is good. So let's try to run this again. And let's try to recommend other movie, which is let's try Candy. And let's try to fetch it, and again I get a problem. I think instead of this, what I'm going to do is, oh, sorry for that, dot format. Maybe that's the problem. Let's refresh this. Let's try to recommend. Okay, so we successfully solved that problem, but again we got another problem. Okay, so I have problem here. I need to write a image dot tmdb. That's why I got an error. Okay, so let's cancel this and try to restart it again. And let's try to fetch it. Okay, so still we have same kind of problem. Let's we successfully got our data, but Oh, okay. So we successfully built our movie recommended system. Now let's write a Batman and try to recommend a movie. And yeah, we got Batman, Batman Robin, The Dark Knight, Batman Begin, Batman Return. Okay, so now let's search another one. Let's search Gandhi. Gandhi. Oh, sorry for that. Let's search and let's try to recommend this. Yeah, so Gandhi, my father. Yeah, so our code is successfully worked. So I think why we got the error is we improved the code here. So instead of a poster first, I write a name first. Let's try to write a poster first and name second. And oh, sorry for that, names. And if we got the same kind of problem, so if we got the same kind of problem what we got before, then the problem is occurred by this line. If our code is again successfully correctly run, then maybe I don't know what's the problem we encountered before. So let's try to recommend. Yeah, so I got a same kind of problem. So this problem occurred because first we need to write a name, then we need to write posters. So I write here first poster. So first I write a poster here, then I write a names. So instead of this, we need to write names first and then poster later. So let's refresh this and try to recommend Avatar movie, Avatar kind of movie. So yeah, so these are our movies. Let's try to recommend Avenger movie. The Avenger. Now let's try to recommend. Okay, that is our recommendation system. So our project is successful end.